A racist white mom calls out a black 5-year-old child, calls the child the N-word, okay? She is now raising hundreds of thousands of dollars from bigots across the land. Here it is.
You call him a child? Call the child. It is my own business. You call him. Okay, why don't you have the boss to say it right now again? Say.
You don't go digging through people's
Somebody digging through.
A little just did, you dumbass.
That little kid, you call him a. The little child?
What if he acts like one, he's gonna.
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child 5-year-old the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act
That's
like.
what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
You know, that's a hate speech.
Put up the picture full mass. Let's deal with this. A white woman was caught on camera calling a 5-year-old black child the N-word. This was on a Minnesota playground. She raises over $260,000 after the backlash from her insane, extreme, bigoted, and racist behavior. The witness alleged in a separate video that the child has autism. McWhorter said that after he stopped recording, the woman reportedly hurled more slurs and then told him and his wife that they should leave the country. Put her up again. As I've said before, the isms all run together. They work as a team, especially when being spewed like this. So these reports have not yet been independently verified. So I'm going to get into it. The woman in the video has been identified as Shiloh. She has created an online fundraiser seeking $250,000 to relocate out of fear of retaliation after receiving threats in response to the viral video. She also claims in the video that her hateful outburst was due to the child allegedly stealing from her. Now, let's talk about this as if we are adults. The child is being blamed for the adult's racism. Let's start there. Who's childish here? Number two, she's claiming the child stole from her. Not in America. If you're in Minnesota, the child did not steal from you. Let's go to La La Land and play as if a child took something from you. Did the child form mens rea, which means the prerequisite to commit said crime? No. You must have the mindset, understanding that what you're doing is a crime in the first place. The way we would judge this is to look at it from the perspective of the 5-year-old. That's how the courts would see it. That's how any authority would see it. That's how most human beings on the planet Earth would see it, but not this individual here. This individual believes that if a 5-year-old may have picked something up, even if it's true, the narrative that she's saying, if a 5-year-old picks something up, that 5-year-old is worthy of hate speech from an adult, a responsible adult who decided to act in a way that was contrary to common sense, decency, and respect. There are many jurisdictions, Georgia is one of them, where if you even use profanity in front of a minor, that is a chargeable offense, let alone use it against one. So she wrote this, put it up. This is what's on her GoFundMe. I recently had a kid steal from my 18-month-old son's diaper bag at a park. I called the kid out for what he was. Well, wait a minute. Why didn't you put the N-word here again, Shiloh? If you believe a 5-year-old is the N-word and you're asking people to help you, do you realize that you are the problem? And then here's the other product: the people who made the damn contributions. Let's put it back up. She goes on to say, another man who we recently found out has a history with law enforcement proceeded to record me and follow me to my car. He then posted these videos online, which has caused my family and myself great turmoil. My SSN has been leaked. My address and phone number have been given out freely. My family members are being attacked. My eldest child may not be going back to school. Even where I exercise has been exposed. Put it back up. Madam, the one person who is to blame for your family having to endure the publicity is you. There is no one else at fault here but you. You created this situation. You manifested this situation. I know the universe gave you grace. It is more than likely you have been in this situation before and never got exposed, but you got exposed this time. And instead of owning up to what you have done against a 5-year-old child, you have blamed everybody in the world but yourself, guaranteeing that you have learned nothing and you will experience a lesson similar to this again. It is not the 5-year-old's fault that your family is suffering. It is yours. It is not the 5-year-old's fault that you decided to utilize the N-word and double down when confronted. It is yours. It is not the man who followed you. It is you. Nobody else. You. Tizzy Ant, our dear brother, talks about the type of people making these contributions. Here it is.
So she's raised over $300,000 and she's upped the goal to $1 million. And the comments that people are leaving with their donations are about as disgusting as you would imagine they would be. The N-word used a lot. As Jolly pointed out in this video, one guy gave $1,488 just so it could be a 1488. For those who don't know, that's a big dog whistle with the white supremacists. 14 being the 14 words we must secure for the white race, blah, blah, blah. And the 88, H is the 8th letter of the alphabet. HH as in Schmittler. She's made being a horrible racist who wanted to pursue and potentially assault a child lucrative.
Yeah, there it is. So racist, bigots are the ones supporting this madness. Why? Because they like the fact you called a child the N-word, nothing else. They don't care about you or your family. They're not concerned about your safety. They're not concerned about you learning a lesson and becoming a better person. They're not concerned about any of that. They just really like the entertainment that you've provided by calling a child the N-word. How cowardly of you and them. Every single one of you. A 5-year-old child. Let me say thank you to the man who recorded this and attempted to talk some sense into you. Let me say a holistic apology to the child and the family connected to this child who will have to endure this. They are the true victims. This child is the true victim. You are not. You are the one who caused the offense. That's it. The narrative will not change here. The president of the NAACP Rochester branch has urged community members to reach out to the organization if they know the identity of the family, to identify the family of the impacted child. We want that information as well. Quote, "This is deeply disturbing and unacceptable," was written on the Facebook page. Quote, "We are here to ensure that this gets addressed properly. Here's another thing. Why would an account allow for money to be raised anyway for assaulting or calling a child the N-word? Why would that be a thing? Okay, Yasmin, we're not done with this story at Indisputable, but for today, that is the up-to-date report. What say you?
Yeah, I mean, you really have to be a really sad, angry person to knowingly and willingly and proudly give money to someone who is unapologetically racist, to a child, no less. Like how you said they were cowards. Like, how big of a coward do you have to be to bully a child and to feel threatened by a child? But at some point, we here at Indisputable and at TYT, we have to accept that nothing that we say here is going to shame these people away from doing what they're doing and believing the things that they believe in, right? The woman said she just called the child out for what he was. And now she's making money off of her racism, her overt racism. And somehow she's acting as though she is the one who has been victimized. And I always attempt to at least get into the minds of people like this, even though admittedly I often fall short, because I don't know how anyone can behave this way or support this kind of behavior. But I imagine at least some of this goes beyond the overt racism, not from the people that we heard in the GoFundMe, but maybe for some people. And I would imagine that in the best case scenario, at least some of those people who are donating to this woman do it because they tell themselves that they believe in and protect freedom of speech, even though hate speech is not protected speech. Or maybe they think they're fighting back against cancel culture because they hate cancel culture. Or maybe they really are just trying to stick it to the libs. But let's be real, most of these people are just flat out racist. And because they're racist, maybe they really do feel as though they're the victims here because they're the ones who are constantly being persecuted. They can't be themselves without fear of persecution. They can't exist in the world without being terrorized by small Black children. Like, to them, it has nothing to do with the fact that people won't like you if you're an openly racist person, right? You can be you, but it doesn't mean that people are going to have to like you.
That's right. Well said. And just to note, she has now raised her goal to $1 million. And to every racist in the world, you're living in a self-induced hell. While you may believe that you're creating hell for others, the truth is they may have to experience your dysfunction momentarily, but you have to experience your dysfunction all the time. You see, once again, we live here, not out here. You have to live with yourself. You have restricted your own ability to rise in your conscious awareness of life, love, liberty. You are in your own hell. All right, we'll bring you updates as they come.